Hey everybody, it's me MAGMA and I'm here with the 10212 Imperial Shuttle. This is the UCS model from 2012. So it's been quite a while, like a couple of years I've been trying to get this set and it's always been very expensive and very hard to get. At the time it retailed for around 260 US dollars at the time, which seems to be somewhat of a fair price because the set includes 2,503 pieces and 5 minifigures. So it's always been a very hard set for me to get, and I've tried to get this so many times and I've had some opportunities, but right now the set currently goes for around 800 US dollars, either brand new or used but in good condition. So it's definitely one of the harder Lego sets to get at the time, and there was supposed to be a remake for this around this time, maybe 2020, maybe 2021, but it wasn't done just yet. So it was released in 2010, so I said 2012 earlier. This is a 2010 set, my bad, but it's a September 2010 set, and it is ages 16 plus. So what I did here is I actually didn't buy the set itself, but I bricklinked it piece by piece, and it is 100% complete. So I don't have the minifigures to show you. They are pretty generic minifigures, so there's nothing too special about them. I'll give you some little pictures of the figures and the box art and everything, but except for the UCS sticker, which I haven't had the time to print just yet, everything else is 100% complete, and this is the set that you get. So bricklinking sets, this costed me about $200, which I think is a fair price. And in this case, for UCS sets, what you're really paying for is the actual build and just having a really huge Lego Star Wars set being displayed in your room. So in the case of minifigures, the box, everything else, it's not really of interest. It's not really like for example, the Clone Troopers Legion battle pack that they released this year in 2020. That's not really a set you can bricklink because it's definitely going to come around the same price or maybe even more expensive than the actual set itself. But in this case, a bunch of white pieces, which are mostly generic because this Lego build, except for the cockpit piece, is a very generic, it's a lot of common pieces, so nothing too hard to get, and it comes around pretty cheap. So I had to buy from 13 different stores to get this set. I really do like it. I think it comes with a great display look, and there's a little bit of some functions that you can play around with, but it's not really play functions, it's more like adjustments, so you can have it displayed in the way you want it. So as you can tell, we have a great stand. It's pretty sturdy, it's not too flimsy, it holds the set pretty well, it's well balanced. When you come up, we have the nose, and that's like the cockpit and everything. You can actually open that up by sliding it forward, and inside you have 4 seats as well as a bunch of control panels and everything. I haven't had the time to print out the stickers, but usually you have a bunch of little stickers which show all the display, all the screens, like all the the controls for the cockpit of the ship. So when we move on to the sides, we have some of the weapon systems which can slightly be adjusted. Not too much mobility to them. They're mostly just meant to be in place. It's not like if it's flick fire missiles or anything, so nothing too special there, but they are quite elegant, and you can definitely get them in some poses which look the same on each side, so that's nice. It's kind of a sleek build, as you can tell, not too many studs showing. That's kind of the style that we're going for back then in 2010. Now in 2020 there are more studs exposed type of build. Here we have the the wing. So yeah, both wings are mirrors of each other, so you don't build them both at once. You build first one and the other one because it's not exactly the same thing. It's a mirror build, not twice the same build, so that's not too bad. The only thing that I would mention that is kind of hard to do when you get sets online, when you bricklink sets actually, especially if they're in the white color, you will see that some of the colors are, some of the pieces are discolored, so that's somewhat of an issue. I actually need to give my whole set a hydrogen peroxide bath, so I'll definitely do that when I have some time. and that should actually fix the entire problem. So it'll be just as wide, it'll be white as it's supposed to be when I do that, but I haven't had the time to do that. So it's an extra little cost and an extra little step that you might want to consider if you actually go for that kind of purchase. And also consider some of the pieces will be a little bit dirty and maybe some will be cracked, so you might want to use those pieces for the interior of the build. But that's always a risk, and that also depends on what kind of buyers do you buy from, and do you actually check the piece description and everything before. So in my case, I actually wanted to go for a cleaner build because since $200 was a pretty low price for this, I was willing to to pay a little bit more and get some of the better pieces, or at least pieces in better condition, so the set wouldn't look too bad. We have all three of the wings, and basically the main fun feature or play feature, if you would, for this entire set is the whole wing returning up, wing folding upwards and downwards. So that's the main drive for the entire set. So you just it's a pretty simple system. You're just using these little pins at the back, and the back has a pretty nice display. I don't know how to describe this, but it has a pretty cool. It has a cool look for the engine at the back. That's what I'm trying to say. The blue tiles look pretty nice. So that's about it for the entire set. There's also some landing gear included. I haven't actually had the time to build those just yet, but it's really straightforward, and it doesn't really serve much purpose except if you actually can't stand your set, because this is a very, very tall set when it's actually on the stand. So if you actually can't fit it anywhere, that's when you might want to use the landing gear to actually stabilize the vehicle, not use the black UCS stand, and store your Lego set in a more in a smaller space. But it would kind of be a shame because this set is just so massive, so great, and it's it really imposes something in the room. So it's definitely one of those Lego Star Wars sets that you want to put in value, or at least show up around more than some of the other smaller ones. But actually that summarizes the set. There's not too much to say about it, really. It's really that kind of set that you get. Put it on a stand in your room, and then you just really either admire it, it just looks awesome, but it's not that much of a playing set. If you're more interested in playing with your Lego Star Wars sets, or like putting figures inside them, flying the ship around, all that kind of stuff, you're definitely going to want to go for the 2015, I believe, Shuttle Tyderium, because that one is a great play set. It's already a pretty big set, and it's definitely worth to buy. Much more than this one if you're actually interested in carrying it around, moving it, and you don't want to break it. This one, it's a pretty sturdy set, so it's not going to break on itself, but already carrying it around the room, just to change it from one display area to another is already a bit of a hassle. It's really this type of set you put it somewhere and don't touch it anymore. So that's it's not the best. So that's kind of the only issue I would see with this set, and why I would not recommend it for everybody. But if you're definitely about that life of just having a cool Lego set displayed in your room, then this is definitely a great purchase for you. And as you can tell, or at least from my experience, there's different ways to do this, and you don't always have to go for the extremely expensive option of purchasing it brand new on Bricklink or eBay or wherever. So guys, that's my review on the 10212 Imperial Shuttle Tyderium. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time here on Mamuso's channel for another great Lego review. Bye-bye.